Go. Right then, about 3 years ago, it was a major part of life re-evaluation for me. I was reading loads of books like this, The Power of Now. I became obsessed with now. Eckhart Tolle, yeah, nice one, mate. And ultimately, I was just trying to get some more purpose and meaning into my life. I've been doing loads of stuff for me, and I just thought, how about if I flip mode it and start doing stuff for others? So I thought I'd do something of worth within my city, starting on the ground around my basically immediate community. And I also had a desire to be part of something bigger than myself. So basically, oh yeah, and also a bit of frustration of people just start being a bit isolated and working in sort of disparate pockets within music, which is what I'm into. So this manifested in Remixing Sheffield. This was an article that came out in Now Then in 2009 March, after I'd started the project in 2008 in my head and started building it up. So it was to chart the electronic landscape of Sheffield. That's what I decided to do. And I did it like this because I needed to focus on some area of music, and I thought, electronic music, let's start there and let's try and chart, see what everyone's doing, beavering away out there in the studios, working away like little mesters, and try and find out exactly what's going on. So I started hunting and gathering loads of music, friends of friends, people that, you know, following little leads. I already knew quite a lot of people because I'm quite a busy little bee in the city. But as I started doing it, I realised how little people actually did know and how many people were doing great stuff. So on the first one, I managed to, one second. Then I looked for support to the city. So the thing on the left, that's some from the Telegraph, like the Star and Telegraph ran big pieces on it. Went to Creative Sheffield, which is a quango that was like part of PR for Sheffield. I got some money off them to like put towards the CDs in the first event. And then I got the website on the go, mixingsheffield.co.uk. That was a big undertaking, and then also I went into the final stages of event planning. And also part of the reason for the actual website was to try and develop this idea of community rather than disparate people working on their own. So yeah, I had no idea at this point this would also lead to a record label. A fair old bit of brand. I'm on release 14 now, and it would be also an events organisation that was at this moment in time, as I stand here, over 10 events strong, so big events like big warehouse events, and also part of Tramline's music festival. I completed the mixtape and then put on the first Yellow Arch Warehouse event. Massive success, about 450 people at that. 25 different artists playing one after another. The whole idea of Mixing Sheffield, you go to one of the events, you get a cross-section of the music, because it's like 25 people playing one after another, half-hour sets. I also then went to Sonar in Barcelona. Sonar, if you don't know, it's probably the best multimedia and art festival in Europe. So I went there doing all kinds of disruptive marketing and little things like that I like to do. Right, that's where am I now? Now I was then asked to be part of Tramlines, and for that, and I've done it every year since, I take over the Washington and do it in 3 days. Friday is rock, Saturday is Sheffield Underground Electronic Sonics, and Sunday is All Crews, which is kind of expands that idea of Mixing Sheffield, working with community, but specifically to sound system culture. Then the next was make the link between live and electronic music, and I did this with Remixing Sheffield. The first album called Industrial in Nature, also commentary on Sheffield, how it is geographically as well as the people who live here. And I'm always thinking very Sheffield-centric. I'm always trying to keep things Sheffield and also try and kind of make commentary as well. Britain's greenest post-industrial city. But you know, things like that, just to try and make it something more than just a music project, just to try and say a bit more. Yeah, okay. Also, I wanted to, as well as that, in fact, no, I've just covered that same point in that. Rewind, never mind. Okay, but as well, you know, greenest city, also made things green out of a nice green card. So then I was on the record label. I had so much great material that I'd found so many other artists, none of which I'd expected to find. I mean, the amount was amazing. That I just thought, let's give this legitimacy, let's actually do something that can actually maybe earn some money to try and sustain these people who want a career in music. Do something positive. I made a label. So it was initially digital, but then I've started doing physical copy as well. And I started it with an iconic cult classic, Heaven 17, We Don't Need This Flashy Groove thing, and did it with remixers. So I got the people that I've found so far in the project to remix this iconic band of Sheffield. And I also started that event with a thing at Magna, which is Ben Sakara, who's also here tonight. He actually put that event on, so that was a nice little connection that we made. And now I'm on 14 strong, and the Sarah Mac EP is looking really, really good. She's going to be playing tonight for you, and she's going to be on TV in November. We've got a massive slot on, and it's just really good news for us at the moment. Also, I was asked by Jackie Bellamy at Pixel Witch to do the music for a film called What's the Score, which was about drug use in Sheffield for kids. It was going into 150 schools, and I did all the Foley and the sound for that through the Mixed in Sheffield catalogue, just giving something back once again. And also, I've just opened the doors as basically a proper recording studio as well, to try and... I've been doing music for years, and I've gathered lots of tips and tricks and stuff like that, and I thought I can just carry this theme on, and I can give something more back to people than I already have done. And then the last thing is, as part of this, I've also just opened a new warehouse club called Dan Sane. And this is another forum for people in Sheffield to play with some of the biggest acts of the scene, of the electronic music scene in one particular world, house and techno. And so we've got people like Chris Duckenfield, who's a local legend as a resident, as well as the new school boys like Naira. And they get to play with some of the biggest names in house and techno. So that's me. Thank you very much. Hope that was all right.